In a quiet suburban neighborhood, the streets were lined with cozy homes, each boasting well-manicured lawns and cheerful flower beds. Families strolled with their children, and laughter filled the air during warm evenings. This peaceful setting was something everyone cherished. However, as Halloween approached, one homeowner, Karen, began to feel uneasy. It all started when she glanced out her window and spotted her neighbor's Halloween decorations. They had set up a few skeletons and draped cobwebs across their porch. To most, it was just harmless fun, a way to celebrate the spooky season. But for Karen, these decorations were far from festive. She felt they disrupted the serene atmosphere of their close-knit community. With furrowed brows and a frown, she could hardly believe her eyes. How can anyone think this is appropriate? She thought. As the days went by, her discomfort grew. Karen could not shake off the uneasy feeling that such decorations were out of place. To her, they represented something sinister lurking beneath the surface of their friendly neighborhood. Determined to restore what she believed to be their community's wholesome charm, she decided to take action. Little did Karen know that her complaint would ignite a wave of creativity and excitement among her neighbors, who saw Halloween as a chance to bring joy and laughter into their lives. Karen's unease about the Halloween decorations continued to weigh heavily on her mind. She couldn't understand how her neighbors could celebrate Halloween with such ghoulish display. As she walked her dog, she pondered the impact these decorations could have on their community's image. What will new families think if they see this? She wondered, imagining children arriving for trick-or-treating only to be met with skeletons hanging from trees. After several restless nights, she decided it was time to take action. Armed with a sense of determination, Karen drafted a formal complaint to the Homeowners Association (HOA). In her letter, she expressed her concerns about how the decorations clashed with the neighborhood's reputation for being family-friendly and welcoming. She referred to the skeletons and cobwebs as disturbing and warned about the negative influence they might have, especially on young children. Once she submitted her complaint, Karen felt a strange mix of relief and anxiety. She believed she was standing up for what was right, but she also knew that not everyone shared her views. As days passed without changes, she grew increasingly frustrated, checking her email for a response from the HOA. Little did she know that her insistence on removing the decorations would soon lead to an unexpected uprising of holiday cheer among her neighbors, turning Halloween into a much bigger event than anyone could have imagined. As word of Karen's complaint spread through the neighborhood, reactions varied among the residents. Many were taken aback by her strong stance against Halloween decorations that they saw as harmless fun. In homes buzzing with excitement over the upcoming holiday, parents gathered to discuss what had happened. "Can you believe she wants to take those down?" one neighbor exclaimed, shaking her head in disbelief. A sense of unity began to grow among the residents. They felt that Halloween was a cherished tradition that brought joy and laughter to their community. Instead of supporting Karen's complaint, many decided it was time to show their love for the holiday. Soon, a plan was hatched, a friendly protest against Karen's disapproval by decorating every lawn on the block with extravagant Halloween displays. Neighbors shared ideas and resources, transforming yards into spooky wonderlands filled with ghosts, pumpkins, and even a few playful witches. Families laughed together as they worked late into the evenings, stringing lights and hanging creepy decorations. The more Karen pressed for change, the more enthusiastic her neighbors became about showcasing their festivity. As Halloween drew closer, the block turned into a vibrant scene of creativity and camaraderie. With each new decoration added, the spirit of unity grew stronger. Residents exchanged stories and smiles as they embraced the holiday spirit together, making this Halloween one to remember, one that would defy Karen's call for decorum and celebrate their community's sense of joy instead. As Halloween approached, the atmosphere in the neighborhood transformed dramatically. The residents, fueled by their shared spirit of rebellion against Karen's complaint, set out to create the most extravagant Halloween displays imaginable. One after another, houses began to burst with color and creativity, turning the block into a festive spectacle. Families decorated their lawns with cobwebs that sparkled in the evening light, while inflatable ghosts floated majestically above the grass. One homeowner went all out, constructing a haunted mansion in their front yard complete with eerie sound effects and glowing jack-o'-lanterns that flickered like candlelight. Children giggled as they helped their parents hang spooky decorations from trees, transforming the entire street into a whimsical wonderland. Neighbors collaborated on ideas, sharing props and even teaming up for larger displays. A group decided to create a graveyard scene filled with tombstones, complete with witty epitaphs that brought laughter to all who passed by. Another family themed their yard as a witch's lair, complete with bubbling cauldrons and broomsticks propped against the fence. As night fell, the neighborhood shimmered under the glow of orange and purple lights that danced along every lawn. The air was filled with excitement as families strolled through the transformed streets, enjoying each other's creativity. This vibrant display was not just a protest against Karen's complaint. It became a celebration of community spirit and the joy of Halloween, bringing everyone closer together as they embraced their love for the holiday. As Karen walked through her neighborhood, her frustration grew with each passing day. What had started as a few skeletons and cobwebs had erupted into a full-blown Halloween extravaganza. Her neighbors' yards were now filled with inflatable monsters, floating ghosts, and an array of colorful lights that danced in the night. To Karen, the festive displays felt like an invasion rather than a celebration. Each evening, she would peer out her window, arms crossed tightly over her chest, watching families gather to admire the decorations and share laughter. "Why can't they see how ridiculous this is?" she muttered under her breath, feeling completely overwhelmed by the sheer scale of the festivities. The festive spirit that filled the air only intensified her confusion and anger. While children giggled in delight at the creepy yet fun setups, Karen's heart sank deeper. To her, these decorations were not just harmless fun, they represented a disregard for what she believed was proper decorum in their neighborhood. She felt isolated in her stance, as if everyone else had turned a blind eye to what she perceived as excessive. In private moments, she found herself venting to friends, trying to justify her feelings of discontent. "This isn't what our community used to be," she lamented, as if the spirited celebrations could somehow tarnish the neighborhood's charm. But instead of feeling supported, her complaints seemed to further alienate her from those around her, leaving her increasingly frustrated and desperate for understanding. As the Halloween decorations snowballed into a neighborhood spectacle, local media caught wind of the unusual tension brewing between Karen and her neighbors. News crews arrived, drawn by the clash of perspectives and what was shaping up to be a captivating story. Cameras rolled as they captured Karen standing near her home, visibly distressed by the colorful displays sprouting up all around her. The reporters interviewed her about her complaints, focusing on her emotional responses to the extravagant decorations. In front of the camera, Karen voiced her concerns passionately, exclaiming that she found the scenes disturbing and even went as far as calling them satanic. The more she shared her thoughts, the more it seemed to inflame the interest of viewers who were curious about this quirky neighborhood drama. Meanwhile, the local news also highlighted the opposing viewpoint by showcasing clips of cheerful families enjoying the festive atmosphere. Neighbors proudly showed off their elaborate setups, haunted houses, glowing skeletons, and themed lights that dazzled in the evening sky. The contrast between Karen's somber demeanor and her neighbors' unabashed joy painted a vivid picture of community spirit against individual concerns. As segments aired on television and social media buzzed with opinions, people from all over began expressing their views online. Some supported Karen's stance while others celebrated the creativity of her neighbors. The story quickly became a hot topic in town as everyone awaited what would happen next in this ongoing Halloween showdown. The moment many had been waiting for finally arrived during a live segment when Karen, overwhelmed by the mounting pressure and attention, lost her temper on camera. As reporters approached her for another interview, she stood amidst the Halloween chaos, visibly agitated by the vibrant decorations that surrounded her. With emotions boiling over, she raised her voice and shouted, "This is satanic. This is not what our neighborhood should be about." The cameras captured every second of her outburst, and her words echoed through the air, shocking viewers at home. The juxtaposition of her serious tone against the playful backdrop of dancing skeletons and laughing children was striking. Many watching felt a mix of disbelief and amusement as clips of Karen's passionate declaration went viral almost instantly on social media. Memes began to flood the internet featuring her animated expressions, paired with humorous captions about Halloween and community spirit. Some users supported her grievances, while others found humor in her extreme reaction, dubbing her the Halloween Scrooge. The phrase, "This is satanic," became a catchphrase shared widely across platforms. With each passing hour, the story grew larger than life, capturing the imagination of those well beyond Karen's neighborhood. Local news outlets replayed the footage, amplifying the spectacle even further. What had been a simple complaint about decorations evolved into a cultural phenomenon, sparking debates about holiday traditions, individual rights, and community values, all from one unforgettable moment caught on camera. In the wake of Karen's outburst, the sense of community among the neighbors only deepened. What had begun as a protest against her complaint transformed into a joyful celebration of Halloween, with families coming together to strengthen their bonds. They organized block parties filled with games, treats, and laughter, inviting everyone to join in on the festivities. Neighbors exchanged ideas and collaborated on decorations, sharing props and materials to outdo each other's displays. Children ran from yard to yard, marveling at the creativity on display and building memories that would last a lifetime. It was a heartwarming sight as families brought their unique traditions into the mix, adding personal touches like homemade costumes or baked goods for everyone to enjoy. One particular evening, the neighborhood held a Halloween night out, where families gathered to admire each other's decorations and share stories about their favorite Halloween memories. Laughter echoed through the streets as families participated in a costume parade, showcasing their costumes with pride. The unity among residents was palpable, and they celebrated not only Halloween but also their collective spirit. Despite Karen's original intent to bring about change, her actions inadvertently drew the community closer together. Neighbors began forming new friendships over their shared love for Halloween decor and festivities. The atmosphere buzzed with excitement and camaraderie as everyone embraced the holiday spirit, reinforcing the idea that sometimes challenges can bring out the best in a community when they rally together for fun and joy. As Halloween came to a close, the neighborhood buzzed with excitement, a testament to how traditions can weave people together. What started as a disagreement over decorations had blossomed into a joyful celebration of community spirit, showing that Halloween is more than just costumes and candy, it's an opportunity for connection. This experience served as a reminder of the diverse perspectives that exist within any community. While Karen viewed the decorations as inappropriate, her neighbors embraced them as a way to honor the season and create lasting memories. The celebration allowed everyone to share their individual traditions, from spooky tales to family recipes for treats, highlighting the richness that such differences can bring. Respecting varying viewpoints can often lead to deeper understanding and appreciation among neighbors. Instead of allowing misunderstandings to create division, this neighborhood found a way to come together and celebrate what makes each person unique. It was heartwarming to see families enjoying time together, forging friendships and strengthening bonds through shared laughter and creativity. As they reflected on the events of the past few weeks, residents recognized that Halloween could symbolize more than just frightful fun. It could also signify unity and respect for one another's customs. In the end, this experience taught them all that embracing different perspectives enhances the fabric of their community, making it vibrant and alive, ready to face future challenges together with joy and understanding. In the aftermath of the Halloween festivities, Karen found herself reflecting on her journey and the unexpected lessons it had taught her. Initially, she had felt justified in her complaints about the decorations, believing she was protecting the community's charm. However, witnessing the joy and unity that blossomed among her neighbors opened her eyes to a new perspective. Karen began to understand that Halloween is not merely about decorations. It embodies creativity, fun, and a sense of belonging. The vibrant displays that once filled her with frustration had transformed into symbols of community spirit. Instead of alienating her neighbors, her actions inadvertently sparked a celebration that brought everyone closer together. As she saw families enjoying their time together, laughing, sharing stories, and creating cherished memories, Karen felt a shift within herself. She recognized the beauty in diversity and how different traditions could enrich their neighborhood. Rather than viewing the decorations as excessive, she came to appreciate the happiness they brought to others. In conversations with her neighbors, Karen discovered a newfound camaraderie. They shared their reasons for celebrating Halloween and reflected on how it allowed them to connect with one another. This experience taught her that embracing festive fun can strengthen community bonds and foster understanding among residents. Ultimately, Karen learned that it's essential to respect various perspectives in a community. By letting go of rigid expectations and opening her heart to joy, she found a place within the very community she had once sought to change, one that celebrates differences and cherishes shared moments of happiness.